When life gave me lemons, I decided to make lemonade. It took much strength and hardships, but it's the best lemonade I've ever had. I'm Stevie. I am from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'm going to the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. This will be my junior year. My major is elementary education. Today, I'd like to tell you about my favorite food, hobby, holiday, an unusual personal experience, and a family tradition. First, I want to share my favorite food is spaghetti. I always loved spaghetti growing up. My mom would make the best. It was banned from my household sometimes because I would want it every night of the week, but it was something that always made me happy. Now that I have grown and I have a family of my own, my boyfriend and dog, we can have spaghetti as many nights as we want because of both of our favorite foods. We have spaghetti every Tuesday and we watch our show, so it is always something I look forward to during the week. Second, my favorite hobby is dance, and it always has been dance. Growing up, I was put into the dance studio at 10 years old, and I've never left since. It was my safe place for a long time, and I traveled with my team and competed for years. I then started the dance team at my high school and left the studio. A few years later, after I graduated high school, I joined a dance studio as a teacher, and it is so fun to see the other side of things. I'm so happy to have dance as a hobby and a job. I feel like I'm never working. Next, I want to share my unusual personal experience. When I was around 10 years old, I had a dream that I was going to a birthday party at a bouncy house. I was taking my shoes off and my foot was a yellow sponge. I remember freezing in my dream and everyone was laughing at me. I then woke up hysterically crying to my mom, and then for a week straight, I couldn't sleep by myself or even think of a sponge. From that moment on, I have always had the biggest fear of holes in a clump. For example, honeycombs and sponges. My feet cramp up and I get filled with anxiety anytime I think about it or anytime anyone talks about it. Next, I want to talk about my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday is the 4th of July. I feel like this holiday is like the least because it isn't as beautiful as Christmas or Halloween, but I love the summertime and the 4th just brings me so much joy. My family will for sure always be by the pool, lake, or creek, and always some good food on the grill. Finally, this brings me to my favorite family tradition. Growing up, my family always loved celebrating Halloween. My cousins and I are very close in age, so once we were born, my family created an amazing Halloween experience for us all. My uncle was a DJ, so we always had a DJ booth, karaoke, glow-in-the-dark bubbles, mazes, hay rides, you name it, we had it. As we grew older, it grew with us. The mazes got bigger, the effects got scarier. It was growing in people from neighbors to friends and to even more family. The parties were legendary, and I would do anything to go back, but once the disastrous flood happened in Fort Smith back in 2019, my grandma lost her house, so we lost our Halloween parties. We were older, so it didn't hurt us much, but I would love to go back and really take in what we had. But one thing is for sure, my family knows how to party. Now that you know a little bit about me, from my odd, unusual personal experience to my favorites in life, I have my stuffed animal here, Chili. He was with me at my first family vacation and has never left my side since. He has held me most nights, but has always had a home on my nightstand. I have a tattoo of him because he was always a part of my childhood and adulthood, and stands as a reminder that no matter how old I get, I will always be a child at heart. Although I never understood most things about growing up and life getting harder, I was always have these memories and favorites and not so favorites in my lemonade to remind me of why I'm here and who I am.